Right, so I'm standing right next to the car and next to my kit. So today I'm going to talk to you about safety. I think it's obviously very, very important to us inside the car, just as it is for SentinelOne, one of our partners in cybersecurity. Maybe I walk you through it. Obviously, I've got plenty of stuff that I'm wearing when it comes to a race day, and I think the stuff has evolved throughout the years quite a lot. Maybe we start with the helmet. Obviously, other than the design that each driver is able to pick, the helmet has the function to protect us. There's been a lot of evolvement over the years. I think very, very long time ago they started with a leather cap, then open face helmets and closed face helmets now since I can remember. The helmets have usually an update every 5-6 years, which is mostly in terms of how much stress and load they can take in case of a crash or impact. Also, the visors have improved, not just in terms of impact when there's a stone or debris hitting the visor, but also in terms of quality. We also would like to see as much of the track as possible and get those information as sharp as possible. Then you have inside not many secrets, but the most important thing is that it fits you and you are comfortable, because the races are quite long. The helmet has to fit very tight, so if there's any pressure point, it can be unpleasant. Ventilation also, I think there's been a big step forward. You have these little vents on top of the helmet, or those two at the front of the helmet, to just supply you with enough air. So big steps forwards in the past. Then I don't know if you're all familiar, we've got the Hans device that got introduced to Formula One back in 2003. And how it works, basically it sits right on top of us and on top of our shoulders, and we have these tethers that actually clip into the side of the helmet. And what the idea behind this is a very simple one but very efficient one. So in case of an impact, forward impact, your head used to sort of overstretch your spine, and because now it is connected to these tethers, it will reach a maximum position and can't go any further forwards. So it saves the driver, saves us from heavy or severe neck injuries. That's, I think, a really, really good invention. And in terms of comfort, we don't really feel it. It sits right on top of our shoulders, the belts run over it, and you don't feel a difference. And while SentinelOne protects Aston Martin's endpoints, I've got the driver kit and it protects me. So let's run through it. Now then, we've got the underwear. So we've got socks, we've got long pants, and we've got the long top, long sleeve shirt. And basically you can compare it to ski underwear, so it also keeps us nice and warm, which is not the idea, but it keeps us safe in case of fire. It keeps the heat away for a certain time and the fire out for a certain time. So it's not that you can stay inside in the flames forever, but together with the underwear and the race suit, obviously the main protection is for heat and fire. The suit itself, obviously we've always been chasing weight in Formula One, so the suit has become very, very light, and also comfort is one of the main criterias. So I think compared to the suits they had in the 70s, which was just a piece of cloth, I think there's a lot of technology in there to try and make it functional but also comfortable. Finishing off with the balaclava, obviously trying to maximize the protection against heat and fire again. Race shoes and gloves to protect the endpoints, so to say. The gloves, one of the main things is that they fit. We can see one thing that is we see quite commonly is that the stitches actually run on the outside, because once your hand is in the glove, you don't want anything that feels a little bit strange when you grip the wheel. So I don't know, it has been now some years, but moving the stitches to the outside gives you a lot more comfort. The other one obviously is to protect again against fire and heat, as your hands and feet are quite exposed. For the shoes, same thing. Drivers, we always ask for lighter shoes, so the boot is actually very, very light. I think it's just a little bit over 100 grams per boot, so literally very, very light. It is quite strong though, and it lasts a couple of races, a pair of shoes. Again, the main thing is that it's comfortable and it fits. So from our perspective, obviously comfort always comes first, but overall you want the stuff to protect you and do its job, so to be safe. So a lot of job has been done, and I think it's ongoing process. We've seen last year a heavy accident by Romain Grosjean, exposed to fire, and as a response I think we're pushing the limits even further to try and come up with even safer kit to wear in the future. But yeah, I think that's all I can say about driver kit. So I hope you learned something, and yeah, feel free to try some yourself when you go racing. Make sure you wear the right gear.